Junko Furuta was a bright, hard-working 17-year-old girl living in Misato, Saitama, Japan. Like many teenagers, she had dreams of the future. She was popular among her classmates, had just landed a part-time job, and was looking forward to graduation. She came from a loving family and was known for her good nature. But on November 25th, 1988, Junko Furuta vanished without a trace after finishing a shift and heading home. What no one knew at the time was that she had been kidnapped by 4 boys: Hiroshi Miyano, Nobuharu Minato, Joe Ogura, and Yasushi Watanabe, some of whom had connections to the Yakuza. These were not simply misguided teens. They had a history of delinquency and cruelty, and Junko's abduction was planned. Miyano had originally intended to kidnap another girl, but turned his attention to Junko after spotting her alone. He and his friends lured her, then forcibly took her to a house owned by Minato's parents. That house, in a quiet neighborhood, would become the scene of a prolonged and horrific crime. For 44 days, Junko was imprisoned, brutalized, and subjected to atrocities that defy comprehension. Despite the presence of Minato's parents in the home, and despite neighbors reportedly hearing strange noises, no one intervened. The boys even invited friends over to participate in the abuse. Junko's cries for help went unanswered. She was denied every form of dignity and was treated with inhuman cruelty. On one occasion, she attempted to escape, only to be caught and punished even more severely. Her captors even made her call her parents and pretend everything was fine. The manipulation, the control, and the absolute lack of empathy shown to her became one of the darkest examples of human cruelty ever documented. But what may be even more haunting than the crime itself was how long it took for anyone to act. There were missed chances. A boy who knew of her captivity said nothing out of fear. Even the police were reportedly alerted once, but dismissed the lead due to lack of evidence. It wasn't until one of the perpetrators confessed to an entirely separate crime that police stumbled onto Junko's fate. Her body had been hidden inside a concrete drum and left in an abandoned lot. When it was discovered, it shocked the nation. The media dubbed it the concrete-encased high school girl case. But as horrific as the crime was, the legal response added to the public outrage. The perpetrators were all underage and were given shockingly light sentences, ranging from 5 to 20 years. Some served less. One was even released and reoffended. Junko's family, and many others, were devastated by what they saw as a miscarriage of justice. The case ignited debates about Japan's juvenile laws, media ethics, and societal responsibility. How could a young girl be hidden in plain sight, tortured for over a month, and no one did anything? How could her killers walk free within years? And what does it say about how societies protect, or fail to protect, their most vulnerable members? Over time, Junko's story has become a chilling symbol of these questions. While countless articles, books, and even films have covered the case, many survivors of similar abuse have come forward, citing Junko's story as a reason they finally spoke out. That's the lasting impact of her tragedy. Not just a story of unimaginable suffering, but a cry, one that still echoes decades later, urging people to act, to notice, and to never remain silent in the face of cruelty. Junko Furuta should be remembered not for what was done to her, but for what her memory demands from the rest of us: accountability, courage, and justice.